the mystic order of the
Boom boom hacha, boom boom hacha, boom boom hacha, boom boom hacha.
Wanna be a member? Wanna be a member?
No. There's the way out. Oh.
Wanna be a member? Wanna be a member?
No. Ouch! Oh, yeah, come on.
I get the same feeling, so I'm coming day and night.
Can you fly, Bobby?
Can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it.
She's already contaminated by this odd substance.
Jesus wept.
I want you to get up right now, and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!"
Ba-ba-ba-doo-wop-ba-doo-ba-dee-doo. We've got something to show you. It's a keen stream, a keen stream, a keen stream. I should go by Keenstar. That's how I would get a lot of views. If I went by Keenstar and I talked about B-movie celebrity gossip all day long. Gossip about B-movie content creators. Talk about the marriage between the two that do Dead Meat. I can't think of their names. That should be my thing. I'm learning Japanese. I'm very bad at it. I'm really bad at it, but I'm learning Japanese. And today we're talking about TerraVision. Oh, this isn't even quite... Wait a second. I did a wrong thing. Guys. I'm going to edit this.
I kick ass for the Lord!
We're the Jezebels. That's all.
Here I come.
I want you to get up right now, and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!"
There we go. Welcome to Quadruple BN, Big Bloody Breaking Blu-ray News. I'm a little high right now. We're gonna talk about TerraVision. And by talk about TerraVision, I mean we're gonna dip into their stream. You know what I'm saying? So I guess first things first, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go. Oh God. What was I doing? Brain, TerraVision. "13 weeks of Halloween announcement. 8:55 p.m. That seems like the one. I just realized what I could do. Wait a second. Where is my screen caption? Oh. Didn't do that right. Let's see, where's... Boy, oh boy. Video capture. There we go. All right. And then my color block. This is all very exciting, I know. Oh, wait. No, that's not what I... Okay, so then I put this here, and I put this here. There we go. That's the ticket. That looks good. That looks aesthetically better. So yeah, TerraVision is announcing their 13 weeks of Halloween. Yeah. Let's see what the chat's saying. I don't know what... So by the way, I've never done a live stream of a stream before. I've dipped in on other live streams before. I've never done just we're gonna watch the stream. I don't know if I should pause it every so often, because I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter if I pause. It's kind of like talking about a proper... I don't know. What should I do? Should I pause it to talk about stuff if I feel like I need to talk about it? Or should I... Hey, Brad Henderson's in the chat, even though he's also going to be live in just a moment. Oh my god. Look at that. Crazy things. Look at how special we are. God, a fucking celebrity in the goddamn house. Yeah, they have a whole bunch... 95 people waiting. Much better than our viewership. Not better as in, like, the people are better. Not better quality people. Just better numbers. As they should, because I have no idea how this is gonna go. This is a dumb thing we're doing, and we're just gonna see how it goes. Oh, I should probably... Where are my... I don't know where my headphones are. This ain't good. So, yeah, just let me know, if I should fucking, nope, those are the bad ones. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. Oh, boop-a-doop-a-doop. Boop-a-doop. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. Boop-a-doop. They're right here the entire time. All right. What is this even attached to? Bloop, 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 bloop. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's go over to my volumes and headphones. Let's see here. I got Matthew Barney on the set. There we go. Okay, can y'all hear Matthew Barney talk? Oh, it'd be nice if I actually had the... Let's see. Oh, here we go. Let me change the properties. I'm glad I'm doing this now because I fucked this up. There we go.
Area, and that it's a subject that has always... And insights also to...
Okay. Oh, I see what I need to do. Okay, I'm being stupid.
As a
there we go. Okay.
A custodian of the forest she protects, and it's also a kind of continuation of an exploration of using drawing within a narrative. As a form of storytelling. One of the sculptures from Redoubt is also on view in the galleries.
All right, can y'all hear Matthew Barney talking?
That's Basin Creek Burn, made from a lodgepole pine that was harvested from one of the burns in the Sawtooth region. For me, this sculpture functions...
Probably shouldn't keep that playing, because then I'll get hit. The Gamera Rebirth trailer. Was that the, wait a second. I think I saw that. Is this... Well, that doesn't tell me anything. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Yeah, saw that. I mean, like, I appreciate the general idea of this, certainly. And it doesn't look terrible, but I can't say the animation really does much for me. But it's cool that they have all these classic monsters, you know. Oh, Ezekiel, I just I haven't got my box set yet, so I have been watching the old Emmanuel series. I just watched Emmanuel 2 with my wife. So cool. All right, 1 minute until they come on, guys. Till they come on. All right, I'm gonna probably roast them a bit. I don't know. We're gonna see how this goes. I have no idea what my fucking monkey brain is gonna tell me to do. Show me a stream. Show me a stream. Show me a stream. It would be nice if it sparked a little I don't understand how we have not had a new Gamera in I guess it has to have been over a decade now, right? When was the cutesy one? Gamera, I don't even remember the fucking name of it. It was a Gamera the Brave, I think. Yeah, it's a live stream reaction video. I don't know. Someone suggested it, and I just went with it. We're gonna fucking. This is an experiment, baby. Wow, 2005. Holy shit! It has been so goddamn long since we got a proper fucking Gamera movie. What the fuck? Goodness gracious. Yeah, they did do a similar animated show for Godzilla. I didn't watch that because it didn't interest me. I should probably watch it at some point, but I don't watch. I don't know. It takes the magic away from Godzilla when it's a CGI cartoon. For me, I should watch those. I heard bad things, so I never went with that. My audio's a little. There we go. We're gonna get crazy. Let's see here. Anything in the comments while we wait? A lot of people wanted to be impressed. 165 waiting. Come on. Would love to see Zombie Bloodbath Trilogy get a re-release, but I think Todd Sheets is with Visual Vengeance for his filmography. Yeah. 2 guesses for tonight. Shrek and Mr. Ice Cream. I know Shrek. I don't know what Mr. Ice Cream is. What the fuck is Mr. Ice Cream? Oh, Mr. Ice Cream Man. Creepy guy driving an ice cream truck related. Fuck, I want to... Okay. So add that to the old watch list. Oh, I forgot that this is slightly off for you guys. I should probably also fix that. There we go. Let's see. There we go. All right. Guys, you can't keep your audience waiting like this. Come on. Let's see. I'm gonna move the chat. Oh, I'm just gonna move everything everywhere. There we go. Turtle soup, goddammit. That's fucking great. That's great shit right there. Why I thought the TerraVision titles versus... Oh, on VS website would have gone cheaper. Yeah, you'd think. Let's see.
Yeah, we are
There we
live
go.
now.
Right.
Fucking finally!
Is it on the YouTubes?
Yep.
Oh my
It's
god.
live on there. Should be good.
Oh, look at those sexy...
See
Oh, they
everybody
got Justin
who's
Beam
watching.
there.
Welcome.
Oh my god.
All right, so how's the
Alright,
setup for
well,
everybody real quick while we're starting?
We have a lot of people in this. Number one, thank you for everybody that tuned in so late. If you're on East Coast, but yeah, we are TerraVision.
West Coast, Best Coast, baby.
Absent from someone who helped us greatly is Michael Keene, who's live streaming the live stream. So if you want to do that, you can watch
You
it.
bald piece of shit.
But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. Obviously, there's a little bit more. This is Chloe, part of the backbone that helps with everything. So that's amazing that she could join us.
I've never seen Chloe before. This is like an unmasking.
Thank you to Cinematic Void for Strigala tonight. It played in LA, which I believe it's outside of Indonesia. It's probably the only other country it's played is the U.S. So that's insane. And everybody that turned out to that, Cinematic Void, James and Evram, and everybody, Grant, and everybody else having us. But yeah, I'm sure I'm just a little nervous, so sorry. You're here to listen to us and about everything that we have going on at TerraVision. It's been a lot leading up to this. I've personally, it's my fault. I've been talking a lot of shit about how we have a lot going on, and it's all kind of led up to this moment.
He has talked a lot of shit,
and so on. It's just not this, and we're done. There's a lot else. There's a lot more going on, but we wanted to kind of make a statement and show people that we're really here and we're ready to kind of rock and roll. Chloe, did you have anything to add since you've never said
There we go.
anything?
That's better.
I have not said anything. I really appreciate everybody that has supported TerraVision since day one or just recently, and it's really cool to see it grow so much. And yeah, thank you very much.
Aw.
Mr. Mayor, anything before we proceed?
I'd like to think that Justin is now the mayor, so I don't have to take that role.
Oh my god.
No, it's been a really interesting year, and I'm quite proud of what we've accomplished so far. Which a lot of it is obviously behind the scenes and
they do
isn't
so much
public yet,
fucking work. Oh my god.
That's the point of today. But no, the fact that anyone cares at all makes me fucking thrilled. So I appreciate everybody.
Insane. Some of these titles are bananas.
Mr. Justin, who is joining us from your family vacation.
Yeah, South Dakota. We spent the day. That's why I'm bright red, because I didn't put sunscreen on. So let that be a lesson to you kids out there. We spent the day wandering, actually the last couple of days around South Dakota, and some great sculptures in the middle of fields.
Vinegar Syndrome will someday be a partner label to TerraVision.
Bizarre things to take in. It's been wonderful. But
it's the
you guys,
plan.
I'm so thrilled and honored to be part of the team here. Brad and I had talked for a long time about teaming up in a bigger way than we had the opportunity to historically. And so when this came around, I was just so thrilled. And it's just been the most exciting ride. And it's only been, you think about how far it's come in such a short period of time. It's really incredible. And so thank you guys for welcoming me. And I just love how we all work together. And this reminds me tonight of like the Aloha from Hawaii concert. That Elvis did.
This is too genuine.
Was the first time that anyone had broadcast on all continents now. And this whole big, we're leading up to this. We're texting each other all nervous.
This is way too genuine for my show. I need something to bullshit about.
Because I was afraid he was gonna shit or throw up.
Nice.
So one thing we wanted to jump into real quick, because there's obviously a lot of, probably not a ton of new people, but there are some new people probably in this stream that just noticed us. You can notice at any time because we're obviously always doing something. We do have subscriptions for the cassette club, the vinyl club, and the Blu-ray UHD club. That can be found on the website, and we'll kind of get more into that once we start announcing and telling you the stuff that is coming. And then also, we're trying our best for international shipping, which is a comment that we get. Stuff is available on Amazon, if that helps. I mean, Diabolic and Orbit ship our stuff as well, but we're trying our best, so bear with us on that. And then also, Chloe helps with the first package is on us, correct?
Yeah.
And then you can accumulate the releases, so you don't have to have the title shipped out every month.
Right.
You want to talk just a tiny bit about that, Chloe?
Yeah. The first package ships on us, so we ship it free. And then basically I tell people when they join that they can kind of lump up all of their releases, as many releases as they want, into however many packages over the course of their subscription, because we do have tiers now, so you can sign up for 10, 20, 30, and so on titles per subscription. So yeah, you can kind of just, it's very, very flexible in that capacity. Basically, I just ask at the beginning, like, you can just tell me when you want stuff, and then I'll check in usually every time we get a release, like, do you want these now or do you want me to hold on? Because it does save money quite substantially, I would say, to kind of make infrequent shipments rather than one shipment every 2 releases that we have,
Yeah.
I feel it's important to mention, because this is like the most commented upon thing on Facebook for TerraVision, is the reason why international shipping quotes are different from imprint to imprint is because of the size of the imprint. So like the larger we get, the less, because we'll get shipping discounts, the less you'll have to pay. But we're just a smaller company, and thus it's more expensive, which a lot of people don't realize that. I think people think we're adding a couple bucks here and there for like shipping profit or something, which just doesn't exist in our world. It's we're just too small of a company to get those larger volume discounts at this time.
Yeah.
But hopefully in the future that won't be a problem.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And so a lot of people are obviously tuned in, so I want to kind of get to what everybody's waiting for.
Like that.
So first off, we want to go to the August 1st announcements. So every Tuesday,
Here we go.
We have announcements for TerraVision Tuesday. It's typically at noon, but we wanted to do something special because this launches something special for us that we've been working on for quite some time, called 13 Weeks of Halloween, which you've seen the adorable logo that Chloe drew, and has been on a couple of the announcements. It's always on this page. So 13 Weeks of Halloween, starting August 1st and ending on the last week of October. What's that going to entail is that there's going to be a ton of horror that is going to be during that time, mostly all horror. There are going to be some couple things that slide in there here and there, but mainly horror focused. And then also on top of that, there is going to be a lot of merchandise, special things, limited things that will pop up on every Tuesday. So keep your eyes peeled. And that's mainly like for shirts and knickknacks and stuff like that. No, not so much on the like Blu-rays and things of that nature, unless it's like a special signed thing, and then that will be, of course, limited. Mr. Mayor, anything to jump on that? on 13 Weeks of Halloween. We're going to get more into that once we announce the August 1st titles.
Yeah, I mean, it's just something that basically the root of that is that we are obsessed with Halloween and we just want to stretch it out as far as possible. And I don't know, I hadn't seen anyone stretch it out this far, so I figured when it's 110 degrees in Savannah, Georgia, why the fuck not declare Halloween? So
yeah, and we're gonna have some fun things that pop up. That's just not it. We're being creative behind the scenes. We'll have a few different things, and then also, I mean, we do have our film festival that we will be announcing soon. This is another soft announcement for that. That will be in Savannah in October, first weekend.
I can't afford a plane ticket in October.
Yeah, sure. Okay. All right. So August 1st announcements. On top of this, to kind of backtrack, just as a fun game between ourselves, for everybody listening, we are counting and seeing how many subscribers happen during these announcements. If we hit, 100 new subscribers, we said?
I think just 100.
Yeah, well,
really selling it.
100 subscribers.
Sell it, guys.
New subscribers.
Well, yeah, but it could be a renewal, is what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, renewals, whatever you want to do. We will have a giant, massive announcement if we hit that. So you can all make that happen. It's a 9-film box set announcement.
It's like the Jerry Lewis zombie telethon.
Yeah, and if we get 100 new subs and renewals, we will do one last announcement to close out the evening. But to jump into August 1st announcements, we have 4 LPs. 2 have been previously announced, but they're going to be up, correct?
Man, they're really tickling the testes, man. Brad is just like.
Yeah, well, we just received on Friday, late Friday. You want me to say this? Is that what you're?
Yeah, go ahead. You're the Mr. Mayor. Yeah.
Stop, jeez, please, you gotta stop calling me that. On Friday, we received Copperhead LP and the Horror Workout LP, which I know that one a lot of you are waiting on. Not quite sure why it took so long. It shipped from Europe, which is where I had both of those manufactured back in. It was either 6/30 or 7/2. I can't remember the date, but a long time ago.
So the big thing, I'm gonna shut Ryan up for a second. So 9-film set. I don't actually know what that is. So it'd be really great if 100 people could sub to TerraVision. I don't know how that works, but do that thing. Come on.
At least 6 days of nonstop printing.
9 films.
So that could be another few weeks, but yeah, I guess this an announcement of just saying we received these titles that you've either already purchased.
Oh my God, where's my mouse?
In the Record Club. If you're in the Record Club, you're definitely getting Horror Workout. Copperhead, if you recall, was an opt-in thing, which is an experimental opt-in program.
That doesn't work.
Yeah, I think maybe 150-ish of you opted in. And we made a few
9-film
more. I think I made
set.
300-ish total or something, somewhere in that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we'll get Horror Workout processed and out to clubbers.
9 films.
Immediately, and then Copperhead, while Jordan is screen printing. That's like I said, it's 6 days if he worked on it nonstop, and we have other shit to print, so it's probably 2 weeks of printing there. So you could expect tracking on that mid-August.
All right, and then first LP, Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan Greyface, not Mr. Mayor. Triple
Yeah,
LP.
so
probably not.
The thing that I wanted to
let me
kick off
here.
the 13 Weeks of Halloween with is something that I've been working on for 800 years, which is the definitive LP release of Monster Squad, which I saw in the comments someone predicted that, which I don't know that I even teased it. So good on you. But definitive in the sense that Mondo did a release maybe 6 years ago, but it was missing, I want to say, 8 cues, and I think they just didn't use them so that it could be a double LP. I'm using them, so it's a 45 RPM triple LP set.
No.
Earl Kess, of course, because he does all of our stuff, did the
Man,
artwork,
shit.
and it.
I don't know what that could be.
It looks fucking incredible.
I'm assuming it's a filmmaker set, not a series
liner
set.
notes, composer liner notes. It's just I'm beyond proud of the package. That is not up for pre-sale.
Ernest would be fucking sick as hell, actually. That'd be amazing if they announced an Ernest box set. I don't think that's what it would be, but that would be amazing.
So it's probably mid-month. We'll make an announcement. That is limited because it's a Paramount licensed product, so it's tethered to a very specific quantity, and it will probably sell out. So I mean, maybe not, but so
we hope.
Yeah, so that will have a Record Club variant. So if you're in the TerraVision Vinyl Club, you'll get, as a part of your sub, a triple LP, which is pretty cool, because I hadn't announced that.
Which only counts as one title, not 3 different ones.
Right, so it's a $60 record basically, as a part of a $200 sub, or however much we charge. I don't even know, but yeah. So that's announcement numero uno.
We don't need to count them. Trust me, those people are doing it.
Van.
We'll be down to the T. People will let us know if we haven't announced 25 things. And then next up, Ryan, for the LP and cassette.
Yeah. So, and this also is not available yet, but that's.
I love Brad and Ryan. I don't give a shit about any of these LPs.
Part of this.
Could not give less of a fuck. Actually, that's not true. I do think it is cool, but also I purposefully just push it away.
Which, funnily enough, I want to say is probably one of the most requested vinyl titles since I started the company. Which it is. It's a great score, and it's got the vocal tracks as well as the
so
the score.
We've got
from Charles, but
Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah, we're doing that as a
LP.
It's a double LP.
Double LP.
Obviously,
I'm sorry.
Comes with the Vinyl Record Club, but it's got a embossed, very textured cover.
I'm gonna quiet Ryan down again. I did watch Copperhead. I watched Copperhead a lot because I worked on the disc. Oh no, I recognize that it's a big part of the operation. Like I respect that. It's just for me, right now, I don't care. But they obviously, more power to them to keep doing their thing. Like I wouldn't want them to stop doing their original. Also, I mean that's Ryan's passion. So, but Copperhead's really good. The thing to go in is knowing that they really didn't kill a lot of snakes. And in fact, in the commentary, I believe they go through exactly how many they killed. But almost every time it's a dead snake that they kill, that they shoot.
Right.
Yeah.
You see where we're at.
Yeah, so I'm noticing the trend. It's all Paramount at the beginning. So also from Paramount, we got Rosemary's Baby.
Is this still the soundtracks?
I think did have a truncated cassette release.
Let's see here. Going step by. Really? Huh.
Only release.
Nice. Thank you, Ryan. And then we have 2 VHS that we're going to announce. The first one is something we've already released on Blu-ray, which is Copperhead. which Copperhead is available on Blu-ray, cassette, LP, and now a re-release on VHS, which is kind of insane that movie has had this treatment in 2023 after being
right, because this
so obscure for many years. It's on 4 different ways to watch and listen, which is pretty rad.
Yeah, Last American Virgin, because that was the canon thing. That was
our next VHS.
Golden and Globus. One of them, it was like his passion was these like teen sex films.
Copperhead up.
And that's how he started.
Is that the one?
It's done. It's up.
Copperhead. Wow, you're that quick?
So that would be a really cool box set. I don't know if that was the case. You
just said it.
Especially if you mentioned it recently,
when
like in the last few months.
These next few things, they will be available on the site.
Sorry, I didn't bring down that audio. But that's fast. Yeah, I didn't think about the Golden Globus, like that. They're like sex movies. That would be fucking amazing. There's a great bit about that.
About this movie's from it came out in 2023. It came out this year. Malum.
Oh yeah, Malum. Fuck yeah.
Doing a UHD Blu-ray combo of Malum, and that will have HDR and all the good stuff, and extras, and then VHS itself. So you can pick up. Well, you can pre-order Malum now.
Yeah.
Or you get it in a sub, or you sign up for the subscription, and so it's $29.99 off the site by itself. But hint, if you sign up for the 50 tier of for $1,000, you get a UHD for $20, which is awesome. So Malum will be available. Chloe, did you want to announce any of the Blu-rays by chance?
Malum's pretty good.
You guys do it.
Not amazing, but it's pretty good. It's
and then for anybody,
Malum is available now, by the way.
It's a remake of The Last Shift by the same director, which is interesting. It's interesting to see him with a bigger budget.
I see it in the comments a little bit. We're trying to answer all the comments, but it's kind of hard. But I see a lot of people saying The Last Shift. Yeah, Malum is a reimagining of The Last Shift, told in a different little aspect, but it's different enough, and it is bloody as shit. So be prepared to see a lot of blood. And it looks fucking amazing in UHD. Justin, would you like to announce a title then?
All right. So one good so far. One solid title so far.
There we go. Got it. How about, because I just cut a trailer together on it, how about Shrek?
Yes.
Nice. So yeah, Shrek is
Yes, Queen.
our 1990 slasher film that's shot on video. Shrek is very similar to the kind of the life that Copperhead had. Is that obviously Copperhead was released on VHS, but that was self-released pretty much, and then helped by United at the time with Bill Blair. But yeah, Shrek had a limited VHS release from Video Outlaw, which was part of Book Walter's team, and it slowly disappeared on VHS. It's pretty rare. You'll see it sometimes with the gas mask. That's the gas mask clue. And Shrek, Earl did an amazing job on that movie.
Yeah,
that cover. Yeah, and Shrek is actually mastered from its original tapes. So the Dawn and
hell yeah, DJ! I didn't
had the original tapes.
I forgot his name now.
We're able to transfer it from the master
Denham?
and do new interviews. Which the commentary, Justin, you can actually speak on the kind of the commentary and extras, right? With kind of the backstory that we were talking about.
Well, I mean, it's fascinating. These guys really, they made this movie themselves. It's essentially 2 guys, 3 ultimately in the cast, but it was 2 people who basically served in all the different roles in the film. And it's such an inspiring thing.
Do we have
a lot of the regional horror stuff like this kind of thing that are shot on and then edited from deck to deck, complete with the titles and the graphics, where you're rotating the dial for A, B, C, and they're all in there. So it's pure of its time, very much so, but it wears its heart on its sleeve. And the ambition with the effects in this stuff, I think, is just inspiring. I think to find a group of friends that get together and push their interest in the genre and in film beyond just sort of taking it in and move into the realm of creation, regardless of budget or any kind of considerations on that front. It's just so much fun. And this is some of the greatest discoveries that I've made since coming on at TerraVision are in this realm, for sure. Looking at Captives and some of the other titles that have been kind of off the shelf for a long time. So it's really cool to have this brought back with new commentary, like you said, behind the scenes stuff. There's lots of photos. They were finding photos in mail.
Not to play my hand too much, but the commentary on that's pretty sick.
Even them batch by batch. So there's a lot here for people to dive into, and it's a fun film.
Yeah, Shrek's unique because it has Don Adams and Harry Picardi, who ended up working for
Don Adams
years later, and they made this movie
thinking
with their friend Anthony.
I was thinking of the fake director name for Shrek. I wish they brought that up.
A VHS release, self-release. It's incredibly rare, not on IMDb, that sort of thing. Well, the three of these guys, yeah, they made this movie as kids, and they're horror fanatics, and it's just like, it's insane, like, of just the collaboration and just doing something themselves. And for anybody that's like an inspiring filmmaker or just loves to watch these, you know, kind of DIY regional films, this is like cream of the crop. Like, these kids are really fucking going at it, and you can feel that it's one of us when you watch it. Like, this is something that we would make with our friends with a video camera.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, it's really great. It's got a great score. And yeah, it's charming is what it is. Aside from the, you know, killer Nazi of Max Shrek coming back to fucking kill these kids that resurrected him. But
it's almost like that part of the storyline didn't need to be there. It plays so perfectly, even if you don't have that involved at all. And by the way, anyone who's an Ed Gein fan out there, there's a few of us in this very room, but they use Ed Gein as Shrek, this character of Max Shrek. So when they're referring in these historical news documents to the killer, it's actually pictures of Ed Gein, and it's all Wisconsin. Oh, this movie is so Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's great.
Which just grabs my heart too. But yeah. Hey, someone was asking a question about Malum. Is it a double disc release? Just for clarification.
Yeah, it's a UHD Blu-ray combo. Yeah.
Okay. So there's a little clarification on that for you guys.
Yeah, and I saw one comment about the 3M tape is a better condition than Horror Workout. Yes, it was in pristine condition. However, you have the production quality is a lot lower on Shrek because it's literally kids. At least Horror Workout was made by professionals. Shrek is obviously, these guys are professionals now, but when they made this, they were like, I don't know, 17, 16 years old. But yeah, the tape was in great condition. It's just, yeah, it's a little rough. And then, are you guys doing more AI upscales for SOV titles? We don't do the AI upscales normally. We do high-res transfers of this stuff with kind of new tech. The AI upscale for Horror Workout was kind of a test, and we also needed to do it because of the condition of the tape. Because we really...
Yeah, Max Shrek it's a whole thing. It's a Wisconsin serial killer who was a Nazi who escaped to America, and he uses the alias of Max Shrek, but his picture is Ed Gein. It's great.
And yeah, that's it for Shrek. Mr. Mayor, since you classified yourself as Mr. Mayor, do you want to give us one of your big titles that you were happy to acquire?
Now I just got a panic. Did I put up Shrek for sale? Yes. Okay. I would say of something we're putting up for sale tonight, I think.
Well, yeah, it's the one that we talked about and we acquired together, and
yes, a subscription
really
would. Yeah,
it.
David.
Well, I'm crowbarring something else in. Let me.
Wow. Okay, never mind. I'm so sorry. I interrupted you.
That's okay. I was just checking to make sure that I actually put the past few things up for sale. No, I think what I'd like to announce next is chocolate strawberry vanilla.
Oh wow, that's
Hell
a
yeah.
big surprise.
Yeah, I honestly, of all the movies that I've watched this year, because you introduced that film to me this year, I fucking love it. It's like lodged in my head. I think about it way too much, which is pretty much so like the character in the film. So I guess it makes sense. But yeah, so we're putting that out. That's the first ever domestic Blu-ray for that film, yes?
Yeah. I think it may have had a Blu-ray overseas, but just DVD over here, which obviously it's in HD. There's a ton. I mean, this disc, Chocolate Strawberry Vanilla, is so goddamn stacked. It's insane. Because also on that disc, we have a TV show, the first season of a show called Dragon Force X that the filmmakers made over in Australia. And then, there's a slew of extras. Stewart's a really great guy. Chocolate Strawberry Vanilla was one of those films that when I worked at Wild Eye, it came out. And I was never really happy. This isn't a knock against Rob at Wild Eye. I love him to death. He's still a good friend of mine. But it was just like I felt like the cover kind of misinterpreted the movie a little bit. It's
definitely
a very hard,
did. It did, Brad. You fucking say it, buddy.
For ours, because it was
fight the power
title itself and kind of what the movie's about. It's not like a slasher ice cream man thing. It's like a Taxi Driver, like emotional character study of just a dude like that just fucking fucks up and gets into some shit. And yeah, it's kind of a really kind of dark, very dark comedy.
Hell yeah, new created captions.
But it's
solid
one
movie.
of those films that I feel that just never got the right eyes on it. And I've been wanting to kind of put it back out, have people reevaluate or just evaluate it, since I think it's pretty underseen, and give it a nice upgrade. And then, like I said, I mean, there's probably like 20 hours of fucking extras on that disc. I have no idea. Justin, you did the making of, right?
Yeah, this is taking 10 goddamn years. This is going to take a long time to announce 20 titles or 25, whatever.
Lots of behind the scenes as well. I mean, Glenn Maynard is hilarious. Glenn Maynard is so brilliant in this performance in this film, and this is one of those movies that's like when you would blind rent back in the day and just fall in love with it. 100%. And I love that there's so much depth to all the extras.
Dennis, I see you checking my letterbox, motherfucker.
How cold it was that day. It's everybody digging into, we really had to work hard on this. We're in the middle of a field, got cowboy hats. We're like, there's just stories behind everything. And I love pieces like that, where people are willing to sort of lift the veil on the stuff that was rough and the lessons they learned. And these guys all take a more cerebral approach to what they're doing. It's really interesting.
Yeah, and it's one of those films that has a lot of shock, but there's a lot of depth to the character. That's why I kind of hinted at Taxi Driver, is that, on the surface, when you kind of just glance at it, you kind of feel like you envision the movie that you think you're going to see, but it really does take kind of a different turn, and it's weird. It's a very weird movie, and the performances are outstanding, and it's just, I'm so happy that you liked it, because that was one of the films that I was like, when it comes to contemporary films, like, we have to kind of really think about what we're doing, just because it's people are more into kind of this, the older films coming out, and when you do, I mean, Chocolate Strawberry Vanilla is like 10 years old now, but it was one of those films, like, I was just like, oh my God, like, this is something that I really, really want people to lay eyes on, because I just feel that there is that audience for it, and I really hope people give it a chance. Chloe, are you sure you don't want to announce the last August 1st release?
Wait, there's two more. What do you mean the last?
The last two? August. I made a mistake. I get too excited.
I don't even think Chloe knows what's coming out.
I mean, no, I do.
Oh, almost certainly. I 100% bet that they are just trying to get one up on Vinegar Syndrome, which, whatever.
I'm working on the horror workout alternate cover. It's a Linnea Quigley flash sheet, basically.
Oh my God.
So for the uninformed, the record club gets a different screen printed. I mean, they get everything that everyone else gets, but additionally, they get a screen printed cover. So Chloe's doing a flash sheet for that cover for the LP.
Yeah.
But all right, so we'll jump to the next one. One that I'm really excited about is a 1990s slasher. It was filmed in '89, released in '90. At a very, very, very small release. I feel like this one's
90s slasher.
Pretty unknown. So I'm kind of excited because it got a really nice treatment. The director was heavily involved with the restoration and just the extras, and he's been all about it. But it's
I know. Okay, yeah.
It's a 1990s killer, killer with an exclamation point.
Yeah.
And it's a wild movie. It's a 2K scan from it's 8mm that they shot it on for what was it, Justin? Like fucking like $8,000 or something like that. Something crazy. 10 grand, something like that.
And if you look it up, you can look up Tony Elwood killer.
Yeah.
And that'll lead you to it. It is a little hard to find, but that's part of the excitement.
No, just say you should go to the TerraVision website.
Like, even if you
Come on.
Search for it on IMDb, it's kind of hard to like pull up. Like it doesn't come up right away. You actually have to look up the director and help. But yeah, it's killer with exclamation point. It's a slasher about a dude who gets some experiments done on him, and he goes fucking crazy, and he starts murdering everybody he can. And a bunch of locals figure out who it is, and they try to stop it. It's super gritty. It's bloody, but it also has like this really like the killer is unique because like it even has that one scene where he tells like the girl like how he's gonna fucking kill her and shit. And it's done in such a way where it's sinister, but at the same time it's like enjoyable. Like you're loving, you're watching this guy. Maybe that sounds pretty awful. Did I just say something like pretty awful? No, it's one of those movies where it just kind of grabs you in like odd areas. That's probably not good either. But it just pulls you in a few different directions that normal slasher films around that time don't. And I think that's what's so neat about Killer. So it has commentary, making of, it has interviews. The scan, like I said, is 2K scan from 8mm, and it's the restoration's done by Tony. Everything was controlled by Tony. He's very, very into tech, and he knows exactly what he's doing. So we're very, very happy to be giving that a Blu-ray release and finally eyes on some of this stuff. I mean, Shrek and Killer both are kind of like just lost to time slasher films, I think. And yeah, we're excited about it.
It's now available. I just
they're now available, and I love the art.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's just it obviously a pull from the original poster that came out. I mean, this was just a directed video. I don't think they ever did theatrical with Killer at the time, even locally.
Honestly, all the new art that Earl came up with for all this shit is so fucking good.
Yeah, no, I mean, Earl's just, I mean, even like bravo to like something like Chocolate Strawberry Vanilla that is tough, because I remember going back and forth like, what the fuck do we do with the art on this? Like, I don't even know. And Earl's just like, give me time, I'll get it.
I invited him to make a cameo. We'll see if I gave him the link. We'll see if he shows up.
And then the last, so all of these, again, for anybody that joined late, all of these Blu-rays are available to purchase tonight. If you are part of the club, you automatically get them. If you sign up for the club tonight, this is where it will start, right, Chloe? These 5?
well, Chloe,
you're muted.
Or something.
No, she's muted.
I was muted.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you initially signed up for the 10 when we first announced it, that has now ended with captives, and then starting now, starting after Some Guy Who Kills People and Cannibal Campout, those two were the beginning of the next round. Yes.
But put it simpler, when you join, Chloe writes you and asks you what you want to start with.
True.
Exactly, yeah. There's so many.
Yes, if you want to pick up American Nightmare.
I love this really like human approach that they're taking, where Vinegar Syndrome, for example, is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and becoming less approachable. With that, it's just like this little family unit that you just talk to and get like a personal experience. That's nice.
And then we add it to your club package. So I email all of that information and then kind of a list of the newest and upcoming and most recently.
I feel like Chloe does not want to be on this. But they're like, we need people to know the talent.
And then last but not least, Ryan, you can announce this one. I know you dig it. I love it. And this was another wild ride to bring to the U.S. So,
all right, folks, we have coming at you. Hold on, I'm gonna publish it right now as I say it.
Oh shit!
Escape from Hellhole.
Oh god.
So this is 80s Indonesian film. So this is their second Indonesian film, Escape from Hellhole, which is
wow.
a prison film. Another film by Rappy Films, and it's just it's a unique movie because it has the obviously in Indonesia, but also it was shot in the Philippines, so there's a lot of Filipino crossover, and just like how the movie was made, it's a little unique, and a little mean, and if you like exploitation, then and women in prison films, sign the fuck up, because it has pretty much everything. Yeah, and this movie is banned for a little while too, in I think certain countries. Not now, but it's a 2K scan from the original 16 millimeter. 2K scan of the 35 millimeter, and restored. It looks fucking great, and it pairs well with Srigala, which played tonight in LA and available on Blu-ray from TerraVision. So and if you want to see more Indonesian films, please support these films because they are incredibly hard to do. They're incredibly hard to come by, and it's rough to save these things. You have to understand that films in Indonesia do not get the most proper care. Rappy is amazing. It's a wonderful group of people. It's owned and operated by the creators and his kids, and they're wonderful people to work with. And it's just getting this stuff back out into the U.S. And this had a bootleg DVD and I think a legitimate DVD. So this one crossed over to the U.S. a little bit. So people are probably a little bit more familiar with it. But this movie's rad. And then of course Earl, again, I love that art on Escape from Hell.
Yeah, it's all published. So now we've got Malum UHD Blu-ray, Malum VHS, Escape from Hellhole, Chocolate Strawberry Vanilla, Shrek, Killer, and Copperhead on VHS. Those are the announcements with corresponding pre-sale links that are live now.
Yeah. So those what you heard again are the August 1st announcements. Available now. August 1st, TerraVision Tuesday. So what you're going to hear now is
saucy.
A fucking slew of movies that we're releasing. These are not available right now. These will be coming out in the very, very, very near future.
13 weeks of Halloween.
Right. So 13 weeks. All of these we're going to damn well try, and they're on the docket to be all released in 13 weeks. We're going to kill ourselves to get them out. But, I mean, we obviously wouldn't be announcing them if we weren't close. And then also, this just isn't it for 13 weeks of Halloween. There's more shit coming. It's just that this is a taste because, you know, subbing, if you're subbing for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, it's all a lot of money. And we want to talk you into subbing. And if we get 100 new subs, that massive announcement comes. Huh?
Guys, sub to these fucks.
So did we go over everything? I just want to do one last thing to kind of leading up to this. So we have I've been talking a lot about what we're doing, kind of vaguely online, on Discord, on Blu-ray forums and whatnot. We've been working really, really hard with everything. I mean, every company works hard with what they're doing, but we really wanted to make a dent with our video label, and we wanted to do unique stuff. We wanted to show our side of
this transparency is so good for them. This is such a smart thing to do.
Older films, newer films, shot digitally, shot on film, shot on video, and then also there's a lot of films that are.
Should I do a podcast with Brad, by the way?
Because there are no elements, and this isn't going to be the norm, but there are films that are neglected because they don't have film elements or they're not shot digitally, and they're just going to be lost to time if no one does anything. Now, those are going to be kind of few and far between, but they will exist because that's part of the preservation for me, is that there needs to be films that have a chance of survival, because if they don't, if no one does it, they're going to fucking die off. And we're already in this hell of films disappearing, from silent films to even newer films, just because of there's not enough eyes on some of these films that aren't getting a special treatment. They're stuck on VHS, and that's it.
All right, I'm gonna reboot Movie Love with Brad. That's official.
Halloween.
That's my fucking announcement.
One that I'm very, very excited about, and this has a lot of work going into it. And we teased at it, an early 1900s horror film.
Fuck yeah.
I believe, to my knowledge, that this is the first horror film, feature-length horror film, ever made. And that is Dante's Inferno, known as Inferno, from 1911, which had a new scan of one of the only remaining prints. I think there's 3 prints, maybe, but one of the only remaining prints, a 4K scan of that print. And to jump back, 4K doesn't always mean UHD. You can have a 4K scan of something, and UHD is possible. And this is also a print, so it is a 4K scan. It's going to look great. It has 2 different ways to watch the film, which is going to be black and white, and then black and red. And then this is also going to have something really cool, is multiple scores to choose from. Mr. Mayor, do you want to talk about the one score?
Yeah, so for the uninformed, I run another label called Gray Face and have for way too long, 23 years or something. I've been working with an artist who used to go by Haley Bonner, a Minneapolis artist. She now goes by Haley. She wrote a score that's fucking incredible for Inferno. So basically in your menu, you'll be able to choose between several scores. Haley's will be one of them. And she actually has another full-length album coming out on Graveface. Also, we're kind of shooting tentatively for Friday 13th, October for this release, because it makes sense. But we'll see how that all plays out. But so that'll be one of the score options on the disc.
Yeah, and there's another one by Michael Kicker, who is just his score and his approach to it is something that always resonated with me. He posted it that he did a live score years ago on YouTube, and that's when it caught my eye. And it feels old to me. It feels so old, but also very familiar with everything. And it's a cross between kind of like gothic with kind of the gothic horror sound, hammer sound, to even stuff that we're familiar with, like Goblin and everything. It has another score on it from a French musician, which comes from Justin. You want to speak about where the restoration came from and all of that?
Yeah, my buddy Fabien Delage did the restoration on this. Fabien, you may know from Fury of the Demon, if you saw that sort of the documentary that he did back in 2016. Just a brilliant film. And when I saw that, I can't even remember what film festival it was at, and just fell in love with it. And then he and I connected. And Fabien has been taking it upon himself, really, to do restoration of these super vital early films in the genre. And he's spending a lot of time doing it. Like Inferno was several years in the works as he was scouring the planet trying to find the absolute best source that he could, and then presenting it as, he just really has done a tremendous job on it. And this is an expanded offering of the restoration that he did with the multiple, like you mentioned, Brad, the red or the black and white, and the multiple scores and all of that. And that kind of it leans into Fury of the Demon experience too. If you've seen Fury, it's about a film that drives people mad in theaters. And back in the day, when a film would travel around, you would have an organist in one town playing with it. You would have a pianist in another. In some places, you wouldn't have music at all accompanying the film. So it's kind of more like the experience people would have had when the picture first came out. And that's part of what makes this really exciting. As you know, TerrorVision is all about the experience, hence TerrorVision Tuesdays, because that used to be the new release day at the video store, trying to recreate that vibe and give people that excitement. And this is, in a way, an extension of that with silent films, which is just the first of these kinds of pioneering films that we have coming up.
Yeah, and I'm a huge Méliès fan, and I mean the French really knew how to kickstart this whole genre, and everything that we watch, even from Universal films, Méliès kind of started. I mean, anytime that you go through the first murder on camera, the first suicide on camera, the first anything, Méliès did it first. It's kind of amazing, and this film follows kind of that form of Satan and demons and the afterlife, Inferno just tracks. And yeah, it's a silent film, but what makes it, one, it has incredibly unique is one, the visuals. They're just, every time I watch it, I'm completely enamored by it. But also having the choice of 3 different scores, the rewatch value is going to be kind of insane on that. So yeah, it's wonderful. And then next up, do you want to discuss, Mr. Mayor? How about the slasher film?
You might be talking about Nail Gun Massacre.
Oh shit!
Yes, there you go.
I hope so.
So this one is a reissue. This was on Blu-ray prior from Code Red, but with that Blu-ray, I always felt from just seeing it that it was it had a couple flaws. and we did a new scan on the only remaining print of the film. We did a 4K scan of the original, or I'm sorry, of the like I said, remaining print, not UHD. Again, just a 4K scan. It's going to look incredible. It already looks incredible, and we're stoked about that. So that will be one of the new releases in October. Is it October that coming out or September?
I think that's October.
Yeah. So, and then to jump into a highly requested movie, which I'm super excited to announce. This is probably one of our most requested titles after End of the Line, but we're going to be doing Maurice Devereaux's Slashers.
Hell yeah, Slashers, baby!
Just insane.
Y'all probably seen, if you haven't seen the movie, you've seen the
it is
poster.
If you haven't seen it, it's a Japanese game show type film where a bunch of people are thrown into a pit of fucking killers, and they're stalked through this Japanese. So if you're a fan of like Most Extreme Elimination or whatever it's called, and that kind of like that pacing of a TV show, but real life murder and everything. Yeah, it's fucking great. But the cool thing about Slashers is that one, it's getting that upgrade in HD, but also it's going to have another cut of the film, which is Maurice Devereaux's director's cut, which is, I think it's like 30 minutes longer.
Yeah, it's long.
And it's just bloody as shit. And Maurice, he's such a fucking accomplished filmmaker, and it sucks he's only done 4 films in his life. But everything he has done is just, I think the world of. And yeah, Slashers was something I caught back in the day on DVD, and it fucking,
I rented that from Redbox.
Sweet Baby Mayor, what'd you say?
That was like Redbox days when that came out.
Yeah, no, I love Slashers. And yeah, if you see the cover, you probably saw it at the video store. And then I just got a text from a very special person, Mr. Justin Beam, to want to announce the next 2, which is a very, very big deal. So I won't take any of your thunder. Lay it on us, Mr. Beam.
Thunder. The thunder down under. Beverly and Ferd Sebastian's Gatorbait and Gatorbait 2.
Nice.
And now, do we know yet on UHD on this? Right?
Yeah, so that's something that we are still in the process of working on. Is that so? Gatorbait 1 and 2 have been stuck on VHS. It had a DVD, but it was done by the filmmakers and everything, and it's been known that the material has been lost. Well, I'm a huge fan of Gatorbait 1 and 2 a lot. I love Gatorbait a lot, and I was hell-bent on finding the material on this, and we did. We worked with the filmmakers and the kids of Bev. Ferd has passed away. I think it was last year. Ferd passed away recently, and Bev is like 88, I think. But she's still fucking going. We're actually doing interviews and stuff with her very, very soon. And we found the material, but we have 22 reels for Gatorbait, which we believe is possibly an alternate, because you have to understand that it's 22 reels, so a lot of shit has to be scanned. We have to pay for all these scans. So we have to pay for we have to pay for the cleaning, we have to pay for the inspection, and then we have to pay for the scan, and then we have to watch this shit. So it's 22 reels between Gatorbait 1 and 2. For anybody to put in perspective, typically films have 4 reels. We have 22. So we're looking at the cuts and stems, and we're looking at there's a apparently a Spanish cut, which I don't know if it's any different. But we may have interpositives on both. Yeah, if they're in good condition and they see fit, we can actually do UHD on Gator Bait 1 and 2. Mainly Gator Bait, I think, is probably the best condition from what I'm hearing. But we're gonna, if we can do UHD, we damn well will. You promise that. And just to piggyback off, because I know there's a lot of this shit going on in home video. If we have a chance to do UHD right out of the gate, we promise we will do UHD right out of the gate. It's just what we'll do. And you may see like, oh, 4K of Dante's Inferno, 4K of Nailgun. Those are both prints. If we did UHD, we'd be lying, and we're not going to do that. And then, Mr. Beam, I got your special text. You can announce the next one, which comes with a heavier announcement right after you say.
Yeah, and you teased this. I don't know how long ago. A couple months ago, this was teased.
Yeah, a little bit early. We got really excited.
Yeah, about the brand. But I'll start with the title first. It's one of my VHS staples. It's one, and I can't really explain it other than it was just one of those video store treasures. It seemed to be kind of omnipresent. Like you mentioned Killers earlier. A lot of people probably know that cover. I think a lot of people know this cover too, if you haven't seen the film. And it's this this fun, quirky little thing called Hollowgate from Ray DiZazzo. Hollowgate is
another
favorite.
Film.
Oh yeah, great slasher, almost like Most Dangerous Game mixed with it. There's so many different elements that come into play with it.
My brain just died. What did you say?
Vibe, and so I just love the audacity.
Hollowgate.
It's such a
Hollowgate.
Yeah, and another highly requested movie was Hollowgate. And then, not to get into too much detail, but that comes with a heavier announcement because we teased the City Lights stuff, and expect a lot of City Lights movies.
So much City Lights
to be on the TerraVision label. If not, maybe all of them. Who fucking knows? It's all of them. But to back up for a second, just so we keep expectations in check, City Lights was a precursor to PM Entertainment. And no, we're not doing any PM Entertainment movies. We love to, but we're not. So just to cancel that out right now. So when they were editing and making these films, they made them for very cheap, under $50,000 at the time, sometimes even cheaper. They shot on 16 millimeter, and they did these movies like that. Unfortunately, when you're moving that quick and how they wanted to put them out, making a movie every 6 months, they edited all these on tape. So it was unedited negatives. And depending on how much footage you shoot, which this is low budget, so it was probably low, you still end up with numerous reels of unedited films, or unedited negatives. And sadly, they have confirmed with the filmmakers that the negatives are all gone. However, the good part about this is that we actually have all the original, we're all original tape masters, right? On every single one?
Yep.
Yeah, so we have the original tape masters. So when they were transferred from film to tape, this is actually what they were transferred to. So the quality on this stuff is very, very good. So if you like, the way Copperhead looks, Horror Workout, or video violence movies, these are not shot on video. There's a misconception that the City Lights stuff is shot on video. None of it is. It's all shot on film. It just looks like it because it was really low budget and edited on tape. So when you see like credits and stuff, that's like, it's fucking tape. That's how you can mainly tell when a movie's edited on tape by the credits, how it looks. But all of these look really good. I remember, I guess we can drop another title, but we watched the Master of Mayhem, and Mayhem looks fucking great. But yeah, Hollowgate. I'm very, very excited about this.
It's a very exciting title.
And then the next one, Mr. Mayor, I'll give the initials ADHV.
Yeah, so our buddy, and I hope he's watching this, Mr. Jack Perez.
I love Jack.
Yeah. He's maybe like one of the greatest humans I've ever met. But so we obviously just released Some Guy Who Kills People, which if you're a clubber, you probably just got that in the mail within the past 7 days, or will receive it this week. He made this awesome flick, America's Deadliest Home Video, and we're releasing that on Blu-ray, and I just could not be more excited. That movie is it's not just perfection.
Danny Bonaducci. I mean, what more do you want? What more do you need?
But it's just so creative for the era. I did not know that film existed until maybe 4 or 5 years ago, maybe a little bit longer. But watching it, it feels new to me, which is really interesting because it's when did that come out?
93. I know that one.
93. Yeah, I mean it's not a new movie.
Yeah.
But Jack is just so fucking good at his craft that it's somehow shot well, even though in the special features he talks about, I don't want to give his little monologue away, but there's a lot of special features because he handled them mostly directly, like he did with Some Guy, and it's just a really enjoyable watch. I think people are going to be stoked by it.
Yeah, if you have Some Guy Who Kills People and you see the extras that are done on Some Guy Who Kills People, I don't think we did one extra for that. It's all fucking Jack.
Yeah.
Jack's like, hey, here's 20 things, and we're like, oh shit, you get it. Like, so America's Deadliest Home Video is pretty stacked because I went through the extras the other day and I was like, Jesus Christ. But no, Jack's he's an artist. Like he's amazing, and yeah, I agree with you. Like it's shot on video, but it feels like that moment between like Faces of Death and a really good Cops episode. Like that's kind of what America's Deadliest Home Video kind of feels like, and it's just it's great. Next up, this is a 2K scan of the original 35mm negative done in Indonesia. This is our going to be our third Indonesian film, which I am very, very happy about. This is something I've been trying to get to the U.S. Again. I mean, it was released on DVD years ago, but it's very premium in The Devil's Sword, which is a batshit fucking movie with alligator people, magic, horror, sorcery, fighting, sword and sandal. It's just a hodgepodge of everything. Like it's a kitchen sink film. It's just everything, and it's nuts. And yeah, we worked on getting that scan 2K in Jakarta, and having it restored over there.
That looks rad as hell.
Glorious. And,
holy shit.
And hopefully Barry will speak to us again, since he spoke to us about Srigala. But yeah, I'm excited about The Devil's Sword. So if you love Indonesian films, this isn't available to purchase just yet. It will be very soon. But yeah, Srigala and...
that bitch better send me a copy of this movie, like, tomorrow.
Next up, another iconic 80s slasher film that has been highly, highly requested, and we locked this down not too long ago, and we're very happy about this one. And before I say the title, because I don't want everybody to be like, oh shit, yeah, and then not hear what I have to say. These negatives were destroyed in a fire at Lionsgate. Lionsgate had a fire years ago, and it's been confirmed that this material has been burnt to a crisp, and it's nowhere ever gonna see light of day again. And this is going to be Frankenstein together to make the best source master that we possibly can. This also, because I feel partially responsible for this. Years ago, I obviously had the podcast, the Screencast, and we announced this Blu-ray of this movie, which I now know people know what it is. But it was done with a cheap way, and it was bad. So it was kind of like on my mission to rectify that, since everybody spent all the money on this old Blu-ray that was made on demand. But we were doing Rocktober Blood, and with new extras and everything. And like I said, we're gonna basically get. We have some tape masters that we're gonna be working with, and kind of Frankensteining together to make best possible version there is, and a bunch of extras. And so we're excited about that. And we have more too. Justin, is there anything else that you saw? Hey, how about Clay?
Yeah, I was looking forward to discussing this. Jim Wynorski. I have a great history with Jim. Back in the day, so when I was writing for Fangoria, A Brief Story Here, I pitched the idea to then editor Chris Alexander of doing an interview with and a profile on Jim Wynorski, and knowing that he wrote for the magazine years prior. But what I found was that he was a very controversial person there. You won't be surprised to hear. And I didn't know why. It's because he had made up almost all of the interviews he ever had published in the magazine. And so these people started writing into Bob Martin when he was editor, saying like, wait, why am I on your cover? I wasn't ever interviewed for this. It's straight up Jim just bullshitting the whole thing for years doing this. And so that's when Jim and I connected for the very first time. And not that we're like pals, but it was really neat to talk to him for that. And then I was on a board for a film festival in Iowa City, Iowa, that was called the Landlocked Film Festival, an international thing. And this documentary came in one year called Papatopoulos. And I had no idea what it was about until I hit play on the screener and I see Jim Wynorski's face pop up, and I'm like, oh my God. And it's really the story of how Jim makes these movies in 6 days. He's making really 2 films in 1 week, and using the same location, same actors, alternating. It's a fascinating picture of this guy and his process. And then everyone around him was very candid on camera in terms of what their experience is like with him, and also just the entire world of these real like breakneck indie sort of nudie genre films. It's kind of a bygone thing at this point. So Papatopoulos is the title, and it's a fantastic documentary, and we're already putting together special features.
I'm so excited.
Holy shit. The director and I are friends, and just had a fantastic discussion just the other day.
I knew about this, but it's still, just hearing it announced is amazing.
The production of this documentary. Imagine being a fly on the wall in a cabin in the woods with Jim Wynorski and like all of these ex-Playboy. It's just crazy. It's crazy. It's a fun documentary.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, no, I was excited to get Papatopoulos out of print for a pretty been out of print for a while. And yeah, it's just it's cute, it's weird, it's funny. It's kind of has just everything, and but it's also inspiring to see, like, even though these movies are schlocky and everything, to put a movie together and shoot it that quickly is insane. Like, and it just shows like why people like Fred Olen Ray and David Dakota and like Jim are used in this sense to make these films like that, because they're flawless at what they do. I mean, they can hold those schedules down, and that's what gives Papadopoulos that extra edge, because it's always like, for me watching it was kind of like edge of my seat, 'cause it's like, how are you going to make a movie in 3 days? Like, that's insane. But yeah, no, we're excited to be doing that, and that will be, this is shot digitally, so it'll be in HD. But again, a big upgrade from the DVD, and then also new extras produced by our own Justin Bieber, Reverend.
And it's more love for the documentary world, which I think is important and vital, outside of just in special features. And that's something that you're going to be seeing more of over time through TerraVision as well.
Yeah, no, it's and yeah, thank you for just taking over that one, because we're also really, really busy, and you're born to do this shit. Um, and then next up is this isn't a double feature. Gator Bait will probably be a double feature. This will not be, and there's a couple various reasons why it won't. We would like to, but it's just not in the cards. But of course, they're both going to be coming out. Mr. Mayor, we haven't heard from you in a little bit. Do you want to announce our Fred Williamson film?
Yeah, I mean, do we want to tell the fun story of Elements and everything?
Yeah, I mean, it's yeah, I mean, we'll get it. I guess we have to get into that, because we don't really know if we're able to do UHD. But it's very similar to Gator Bait, and kind of how the story goes.
Yeah, something we didn't think existed, and we found it, which is Black Cobra 1 and 2. Which,
oh wow!
As you said,
they actually got it in the chat.
Right. So, Black Cobra was a film that I've been wanting to do for a while, but it was always said the film elements were gone, and that was sort of true. But I also didn't believe it per se, just because it played theatrically. It was a pretty big film in Italy. It was, it played over here too. I mean, Fred Williamson still is fucking king. But we ended up signing the film because we were going to do, because we signed the first one and the second one, both separate owners. But we knew we were able to do HD on part 2 because they had a print that we were able to find. It's been scanned. It's great. But it was just weird because the first one was like, it's going to be a tape master, blah, 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 whatever. That sucks. But we ended up finding the Interpositive in South Africa. And it's been on a long ass journey, and it just arrived in the States like last week.
Oh, I should probably show you all that.
So it still needs to be looked at, inspected, cleaned, all that stuff. But it is the Interpositive, and apparently it's in pristine condition, which is a very, very good chance we can do UHD on Black Cobra. But don't quote me on that. It's not UHD yet. We got to inspect everything. We got to go through all that. But yeah, Black Cobra and Black Cobra 2 will be out, and they will be out separately. But yeah, we're very excited about bringing the hammer to TerraVision, because if you haven't seen the Black Cobra films, you're in for a treat. They're good. They're good. And then the next one I'll do real quick. This movie is unique. I've been wanting to do this movie for a very, very long time, and it just got a new restoration, and we're super excited about putting it out. It's a little unknown, but it's called Door. It's from 19.
Oh yeah.
I think it was shot in '88 and released in '89. But it's a Japanese film, and it's been noted it's their first Japanese giallo. It kind of works a little bit on those lines, but it's a kind of a trippy horror film. It's weird, and it's colorful, and it's guys a trilogy actually. We're not doing 2 and 3. I would love to, but so we'll be doing the first Door film, which is super exciting, and that will be available in October, and then should be streaming on Screenbox if you have that, probably in October. Who knows? But give this movie a chance. It's weird. It's really, really good. But yeah, people keep saying Gore. Oh, because that person's name is Gore in the chat. It is not Gore. That's really by Mill Creek. It is Door, D-O-O-R, Japanese. And then, Mr. Mayor, do you want to announce the follow-up to Cannibal Campout, our highly requested title?
Mr. McBride. Yeah, we're doing Wood Chipper Massacre, which I'm fucking stoked for.
Jesus.
Another highly requested.
I think it was probably obvious that we were going to do it, but we are doing it, so we can finally announce that.
Wood Chipper has been requested a lot, and so that will be transferred from the master tapes and put into your hands. And we hope to maybe get some participation from the cast and crew on this one. But obviously we weren't able to get that on Cannibal Campout, so we made up our own extras, which has went over very, very well. John Peters says, get that whore host segment back. You know what? We've already been in talks with it. So hopefully Melissa and Chris can return for that. Which that one's people have already kind of guessed that we're doing it since we have some of the Camp Motion Picture stuff. And then next up is, it's weird. I want to say it like this. We're adding Kevin Costner to our lovely TerraVision lineup. Kevin Costner, world's greatest actor. You want to take this one, Mr. Mayor?
Shadows Run Black.
Yeah, so another. People consider this.
This one's got it on the money every time.
Yeah. I consider it a slasher film. People are touchy with slasher films, but Shadows Run Black. We're still waiting on this one. So we have the master tapes for this film, and it looks good. But actually, thank you to Michael Felsher, who is a buddy of mine, who we worked on a couple projects together. He notified me hey, I think the film elements are here. And so we're in the middle of trying to find out if that's true. We're told it is true, but we need to physically see them and also make sure they're complete. Because that's the other thing that that sometimes happens with these films is that you won't get a complete negative, which is still fine because we're still able to do mostly HD. It's just that we have to put in those VHS interstitials. And then let's do some moving around here.
Jesus, there's more.
Justin, do you want to talk about the Jeff Leroy movie? Did you want to talk about that one? Jeff Leroy, Phoebe Dollar?
Oh, yes.
Let me take a look here. Hold on a second.
Were you excited about that one?
I don't know which one.
I'm excited about this one.
Oh, okay. We are doing this one. I believe you have always seen at a fucking video store in the early 2000s, but it is Jeff Leroy's Hell's Highway, which is something that I feel that a lot of people have seen but just kind of forgotten about. And this movie gets fucking wild. Special effects by Joe Castro, music by Jay Wolfell, directed by Jeff Leroy, and of course starring, I think it's the only movie starring Phoebe Dollar, who does an insane performance of a hitchhiker that gets picked up and just...
She's great.
She ain't what she seems. But yeah, it's another film that I think it has god-awful artwork.
It does. It really does. Wait a second.
Artwork.
Sorry, I didn't.
And that's probably why you saw it at the video store, but you didn't rent it because you're like, holy shit, this looks awful. But it was one of those like brain damage titles that was in every fucking video store, it seemed.
This fucking thing.
This was shot digitally. It looks good, but it was shot in the beginning of digital, so it's a little rough around the edges, but it will look better than it ever has. And I don't know if this even got I think it did get a DVD release. But yeah, this is very, very exciting because this is a movie that I've wanted to do for a long time because I feel that it was one of those films that always kind of got the shaft because of the artwork, and then no one wanted to watch it because of their artwork. And it's fucking incredible. We just got a question. Are we at 100 new subs yet?
No.
I've been checking. Not yet, but there have been several.
Hey.
Thank you.
Again.
I will email you as soon as I'm not here.
So again, for those tuning in, if we hit that 100 subs, and to verify, if you sign up for the 50, for the $1,000 for the 50 titles, you'll get all of these in that package. Mm-hmm. And then this is a fun one, and then we're going to end with 3 Italian films. Is a movie called, I think it's 2007, with the My Girl star Anna Chumsky, who is in this movie called Blood Car. And I still cannot we're trying to get an interview with Anna just to see why she was in this movie, because it like makes no sense why she's actually in this. It's directed by Alex Orr, and it's about a car that runs on fucking blood, and it's weird, it's funny, it's bloody.
It's a hilarious
Anna's
difference.
Fucking great. She's like in it, and it's just weird that she's in it. But Blood Car will be getting in this thing. I think it's kind of stacked with extras because we got like a bunch of archival stuff, and Alex is doing some new stuff. He's making a new movie. But yeah, Blood Car had a DVD release, but being upgraded to Blu-ray. And then our last 3. The 3 Italian films, I feel that some of these are, one of them I think is going to be the first time it's ever been released outside of Italy. Not even VHS in the US. I don't remember. But it's called The Children of Violent Rome, and it is nasty. It is brutal. It's probably offensive, and it is great. So I highly suggest picking this one up. I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't want to like turn people off, but I also don't want you to like look in too much into it because I want you to be surprised. But it is not for everybody, but it is like I said, first time release with English subs. Sign me up. And then next up is a somewhat unknown action film. This is something that when I saw this was available to us, I jumped on it immediately, and it was kind of funny because we had some other cool stuff that was available. But I was like, oh my god, I love this movie as a kid. It's an action film called Tiger Joe, and it's just one of those, if anybody watched Italian films, after Rambo came out and Missing in Action, we got a slew of these action movies. And Tiger Joe just kind of always resonated with me just because of how, weird, cheap, and odd it was. And it wanted to be something that it never could achieve, but I always liked the ambition of Italian films and these rip-offs. And then, since my audio was muffled, it's called Tiger Joe. And then, last but not least, I think this wraps up unless we get those 100 subs. A movie called, I believe it's called The Last Blood, which ironically was the what it's based inspired by was a movie called Tornado. I believe it's called The Last Blood, but I think people mainly know it as Tornado. But another action, insane ripoff of Rambo, or First Blood, or whatever you want to call it. Tornado, which is great. It's very similar to Tiger Joe in the sense of just insane action, silliness, and just good old Italian ripoffs, which are amazing. And I think that concludes our announcements.
Yeah, I think that was more announcements. I mean, by way of saying that we're doing the entire City Lights catalog, our 25 announcements became like 45 instantly.
Oh no, it's true. But and then what's to come? This is just a taste. Again, this is not just our slate, and these are going to be coming out one by one. These will be coming out periodically in the next 13 weeks. And everything should be in people's hands, hopefully by, I'm not going to say it because we could always have, anything could happen. Anything could happen. Did you just have a heart attack by me saying that, Ryan?
Not a heart attack, but I did poop a small turd. It's like rabbit pellet, it's fine.
That's really weird to say that. So yeah, that's really, I don't even know why I went to you because of that. So we have a lot more coming. We have, I think we have around, we're trying to get, in a sense of LPs, cassettes, VHS, we have around 80 titles that we're trying to drop before the end of December. Which also, we have some box sets we haven't announced that are coming in the next week. We're trying to do some more UHDs, of course, LPs, cassettes, tapes. We have some older classic films. We have some kung fu films. We have some Korean films. We have some more slashers, Italian films, SOV. A lot of stuff from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And yeah, it's going to get pretty serious. And I hope that, all this talk of us talking about, hey, we're doing this, it's coming. I hope these announcements actually, like, you felt something. Because we did. Ryan shit himself.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. It's just one.
So just to go by the subscription real quick, 10 titles for $225. That's $22.50 a movie. 20 for $427, $21.35. 30 for $630, which is $21. 40 for $832, which is $20.80 per movie, and then 50 titles get you a flat $20 per movie. Is that correct, Mr. Mayor?
That's correct.
So, and yes, that's UHDs and whatnot. So the other thing to kind of think about, just to push the sub, is that the $20 counts as a UHD. So if you sign up, you get Malin for $20, which is great. And then also with the box sets coming out, there's we haven't had any yet, and we haven't really discussed this in depth, but the box sets won't count as one release, but they also won't count as X amount of films that are in there. So if we have a box set of 4 films, that's not going to count as 4 releases for your sub. We're going to be very, very fair with this. And it's all going to be different, because all will have different, between the quality, the work that we put into them, the amount of films and whatnot, but we'll be fair. So I think our first set of 4 films comes out because it's August 1st. August has 4 films in it, but we're only counting it as one release, right?
Yes.
That's what we talked about? Yeah, and then we have another 4-film box set.
Oh, I know which one that is. Fuck yeah.
That has a few bigger films, and I think we're counting that as, I think, 2, I think. It just really depends on how much work. So if you're a sub,
wait, maybe I don't.
you get it for, basically you look at it as like your titles as points. So it'll cost you like 2 points or 3 points or 4. Like if we did the 9-box set, it's not going to be 9 fucking titles. We're going to be very fair with that. And we'll let you know ahead of time, and that's kind of how we'll proceed with box sets, because we do have a lot coming. But again, we're very we're aware of what we're doing. We're not going to take advantage of you, and we're going to be very transparent and upfront about what we're doing. So yeah, is there? Oh, and then also, of course, the Cassette Club, which is how much is the Cassette Club?
That's only 145, yeah, and it gets 10 titles.
10 titles, and then it's 200 for 6 LPs.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a bunch of subs that you can sign up for, and then is there anything else you'd like to add, Chloe, in a shipping perspective, your perspective, your excitement, anything that we could just have Chloe tell?
Well, I'm excited about all of it. It's a lot of really fun stuff coming out, and I'm excited to see everybody's kind of reaction to everything too. On the shipping end of thing, it's going to be fun to coordinate, but that's a thing to look forward to. Something else.
I think that's Chloe's sarcasm, which is rare.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever heard Chloe's sarcasm before.
Huh? Yeah, it's very rare.
Always sweet and honest, and now it's like unhinged. Maybe it's because it's late.
Maybe I'm getting.
Should we answer any of the 5,000 questions that are
coming? I will do my best. That's probably hates me right now. I'll do my best on answering as many. We're not going to answer right questions. I'll tell you that right now. Oh my god, this wasn't updating for me.
Should I just go through real quick? I'll just read them out loud.
Yeah. If you have it pulled up.
Can we get a wholesale discount through the Cassette Club? All clubs have access to the same wholesale portal. So yes, join any club, you get in that wholesale portal. Can we expect more CDs? I don't know.
It's kind of tough. CDs don't move like everything else. I mean, Untold Mysteries is fine, right? So it helps us consider it a little bit, but
it's just not.
It won't be everything.
Yeah, it's not worth it in my.
I'll start at the top so we kind of meet in the middle. How do we know our subscription is up? Well, you should get an email. Chloe, you can probably speak on behalf of that.
Yeah, I give an email when you're at the last, like before your final package is sent. So that could be on your last or second last typically. And then I send that email, and then I also send like a reminder after that. I usually try to send an email reminder 2 to 3 weeks out from a mailing to give some time, and then I give like a little nudge in case you missed it. But yeah, I keep track of everything too. So if you're, signed up for the 50 tier, you don't have to, worry about counting and keeping up yourself. I just keep track of everything. So yeah.
Chloe's amazing. So there's just you're in good hands. And then just to clarify, it is not Nightmare on Elm Street. Don't give your fucking hopes up. It is not that. Good lord. I wish it was. People are guessing some right stuff in here in the future, but it ain't that. Let's see. Any chance you could still do a payment plan for the vinyl sub? Maybe they're talking about the PayPal.
I think that's through PayPal, not through us.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah, no, it's just an option. I don't think we make or break that. That's
them. But yeah,
that is available
if you have a PayPal account.
Yep.
Anything you would like to add, Justin, while we're looking for this stuff so we don't ignore everybody?
I don't think so. I think that you guys made it really clear on the subscription options, seem to go over really well. I've kind of been monitoring the chat, and that is something, if you ever have any questions, by all means, reach out through the website, through the emails that you get. And Chloe's amazing about the responses to everyone. And as you can see, we're very transparent about everything. So we're certainly happy to keep everyone updated on stuff in addition to responding to whatever you might need to know. But yeah, the enthusiasm is amazing as this thing has been unfolding here. And if you guys like this kind of thing, let us know. Please do, reach out below with comments and things, because this will be existing on our YouTube channel. And so we would love to hear feedback on this kind of live thing. And also quick note on the podcast that we're trying to get that to be a more regular thing. We're just having such a hard time because there's so much going on, but that's definitely in the plans.
It's my fault.
It's everybody. It's all of us. No, we're just so swamped, so busy, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
Midlife Media asks about the logistics of being able to opt out of certain releases, which we've talked about, but that is such a difficulty really for the warehouse, because it's literally like my wife and I, plus we have two, I guess one is part-time and one is almost full-time people in the warehouse. It's just, we just don't have the sort of staff to, if we open up that door, I think it's going to be a fucking nightmare, honestly.
Well, and another part of it is, like, I understand where people are coming from, but the whole, like, look at us at the core of what we are as TerrorVision is that we're really trying to bring back a video store feel, and we want to live vicariously through you of watching these films that we handpick, curate, take our time with, and we believe in. You're not going to like everything. We don't expect that. But we're not picking films willy-nilly. There's nothing that's just coming to us and be like, because we get sent movies all the fucking time. If we released everything that we were sent, you probably wouldn't even tune into this stream. It's just, we have a lot, like, everything. So it's almost like we want you to take a chance and we want you to watch these things, because sometimes people won't give movies a chance if they're just out there. We're putting them right in front of you. And again, we'll never take advantage of that. We're never going to put out something that we don't believe in. Will you hate something we put out? Absolutely. But
I love Brad.
That's not intentional. That's not the goal.
Well, also, I'm noticing that the Love and Saucers thing seemed to confuse people, but I think that was I think we handled that probably as good as we could have, in terms of, I assume that some of you already have that from the Vinegar Syndrome era. So, to make the onus on you to opt in for it makes far more sense than just shoving it on you if you already have it. So.
Yeah, we don't we've had that's sold over 1,000 copies, even more than 1,000 copies, and we've had a long-term fan base. So yeah, it's just easier. And that's something that might come up again. So yeah, just pay attention to emails, and if you want it any time, just email Chloe.
Yeah.
She'll hook you up. She'll hook you up.
There is a drop. I know there's a drop-down menu on definitely the wholesale portal. It's all under one listing, and I think that was where some people were getting confused. But yeah, you just
maybe we'll work on that of how it's presented. But it's pretty. If you read the emails,
there will be some summary issues. I don't know what just yet. Every license is different, but we'll obviously announce them as we can.
Yeah. And then somebody asked about any unsolved mysteries, which I know that you've talked about prior.
Yeah, I've been working on a volume 3 this whole year, and it's not done. I just don't have the time, unfortunately. it's literally 500 DAT tapes, so probably 20 to 60 minutes each. Not 60 minutes. I think they max out at like 45 minutes each. But it's just a ton of material. It's just a lot. It took me honestly years to put those together, so I don't know how long it will be till volume 3 hits. I'm sure it will be late next year, just being realistic. But yes, I am actively working on another volume currently.
Can we get a signed Chloe original if we sign up for the 50 titles level?
Sure.
Chloe's amazing. She is such a wonderful artist, and if you look at like the pins and a lot of the T-shirts and stuff, that's all. Not all. I mean, it pretty much is all Chloe, right?
It's a hefty amount of me, but
Hefty amount of Chloe.
definitely. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool.
There's somebody in here that's going ape shit over Barbarian because of a tweet that I made. Yes, that is true. We are talking to Disney. We are trying to work with Disney. But nothing is confirmed. And I'll tell you right now, things don't turn around in weeks. That tweet was like 4 weeks ago. This shit takes fucking years.
That is true.
Any thought on doing a custom sub? No. That's kind of the same thing as like picking, like opting out of things. And I think that might. It just keeps.
I literally know about like some titles that have been in the works for like 3 years.
I don't know.
I think the only thing we didn't discuss is and I don't know that you want to get into it because we're almost at 2 hours, but the larger deals that we've been working on. I don't know if you wanted to mention any of that.
Oh yeah, I mean, for how many people? Ooh, 240. Man, 241 still sticking with us. Damn. So we've done
More than that, Bradley.
We're in the middle of doing deals and have done deals with Paramount, with MGM, and a couple other not huge distributors, but known distributors. So it's been a wild ride. So this is just like, I can't even tell you, like this announcement that we just did is very massive for us. It's hopefully massive for you, but it's like a tip of the fucking iceberg to what we're bringing. Like it's going to get very insane. We have way, way bigger films coming, and more oddities and weird shit. So that is in process, and we hope to bring even more. And we're talking basically, if a studio exists, we're talking to them, whether it's one movie or a package deal of stuff we want. But it will be a ride if we get all this stuff complete. But a lot of that stuff will be next year, maybe, I don't know. Could be this year. Fuck it. 100 movies next week. Any pets nearby that can photobomb the stream? Ripley is too cute. Ripley is sleeping. So are the other dogs because it's late. But yeah,
sweet.
We all love Ripley. Are you gonna still produce extras? Yeah, no, I still produce the extras along with. I mean, all of us help out with that when we can. Justin, I wish Justin just took it over. That's you, Justin. And then Michael Keene. Another shout out to Michael Keene, who's live streaming this live stream, like I mentioned. Michael has helped us a great deal, and I love him. Ryan Barrel on Disconnected. If you don't follow him, I suggest following him. He's a lovely dude who might show up on a disc soon. Any 70s, 90s sex comedies in the works? Yes. I think that's about it, because we've almost hit 2 hours. But yeah, thank you for we were joking around. I think I said if 100 people turn out, that would mean the world to me. And it was like, oh, Toxic Crusaders update, which I think that's something you've talked about, right?
Oh, I didn't talk about it. I mean, it's at the it's being pressed currently, so no real update. It's being manufactured, and I'll get it whenever they decide to finish it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have any sort of quote on it. I would like to have it in hand in October, but it's a European company that I always use, and sometimes it's quick and sometimes it's slow, and that's a double LP, so it takes a little bit longer. I don't know why, but it does. So I would say November, but I'm literally just making that up.
Yeah. And then a couple of great dudes. We thank you, but it's a trio of dudes in here, and behind every rad dude is a strong woman. Chloe, my wife, Justin's wife. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them, because they support us 100%. So
damn straight.
I think other than that, we're good. I'm tired. And
Okay. Thank you guys for watching.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you guys.
Supporting the label. It's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, no, not 100 subs that did this.
Not quite. I feel like we should do something for the people that did sign up in this little era, this
Come on.
2-hour period, though.
You go, Chloe.
You want me to?
There you go. If you subbed, you're gonna get something special.
Yeah, something. I don't know.
So you sign up by the end. Let's just say, and maybe end of today.
Yeah.
How about the end of today, as in tomorrow, as in Tuesday?
24 hours.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay. All right.
You sounded very sarcastic. I don't like that right before bed. It's gonna give me bad dreams, Ryan.
I'll send you a really sweet text when we get off.
Aw, they're so sweet.
When we get off the call, not when we get off.
And then talk about the Freight Fest at another point, I guess.
Yes.
Oh shit, the Freight.
I forgot about it.
Yeah, we'll have a formal announcement. We're working through it because of the strike and everything with what's going on in Hollywood. That affects cons and other stuff. So we haven't been able to lock something down as far as the guests. I mean, we have locked down guests, but we don't want to announce anything just yet because things are in kind of limbo. But in Savannah on October 4th and 5th.
I think
it's whatever the
Friday and Saturday.
It's 6th and 7th.
Wow, I was
numbers.
Yeah, October 6th and 7th in Savannah, we're having a 2-day film festival. And it's called Fright Fest. It's at a lovely theater, which is called Brian.
What the hell
Ben
is
Tucker?
That? It's like a. Oh yeah. Well, it's the cultural center. I can't think. They have a. I don't know.
Ben Tucker Culture Theater. And then so we're gonna have
Later, Josh.
4 to 5 movies.
You're a brave man.
On Friday, 4 to 5 movies on Saturday. There's going to hopefully be some vendors in there. It's going to be cheap to come in. It's basically like a mini con and a film festival mishmashed together, but affordable.
Man, this is.
So, yeah, you can just come in basically for
bananas.
a few bucks to get like.
I really wish I could. Afford to go to the film festival, because that's pretty cool. I think that's also the weekend of Joe Bob.
Scroll back, it will be explained. It's just the reality.
Yeah, we don't set prices. We literally charge you what international shipping charges you.
Yeah, if we don't become a bigger company, we save on shipping. It's literally that simple.
Yeah, and we are trying. It's just we're
They're a small business, guys. Trust me, they don't pay that much.
But yeah, I mean, just go back to live. I mean, I'm sure we answered a lot more, but yeah, Fright Fest in Savannah, and then tomorrow, Mr. Mayor, I didn't tell you this, but at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Ryan Verrill, Disconnected, will be on that show talking about, again, these films. Maybe a little bit more detail, maybe save some stuff for Ryan. And plus, hey, if we get 100 subs, we might. 100 subs from this stream till 9 p.m. Maybe we'll announce it on Ryan's show. People want to know. People want to know. So, anyways, all right. I think that's it. Fright Fest will have a better announcement probably in the next couple weeks. Look for that on Facebook. Sign up for any newsletters, whatnot. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Blue Sky, Threads, TikTok, whatever it is. We try to get them all because social media is failing. But yeah, Justin, any last words?
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
I love you. I love you so much. Goodbye. Okay, so that was that. I'm not going to go back over all those titles, but a lot of good stuff. I think my biggest takeaway from that, was they have a lot going on, because Brad has told me about a lot of titles that they plan to release this year. And there were several in there that he might have told me, but if he did, I completely forgot about. And there's even a couple titles coming out soon enough that I was kind of surprised he didn't say them. Which means that they are really packing it in tight. 'Cause that's a lot. That is a lot. And beyond that, I know about some titles that they're going to be they're trying to get that are really big. Not big like Hollywood big, although I've heard of few. There's at least one that I'm surprised. Well, I'm not gonna actually say that. Never mind. But there's a whole swath of, for someone like me or you, huge titles coming down the pipeline. So definitely something to keep an eye on. And if you have the money, the way I'd put it is this. I love Vinegar Syndrome too. As long as they keep paying the bills. No. I love Vinegar Syndrome too. But Vinegar Syndrome, and I'm sorry I'm glitching. I don't know what the fuck the deal is there. But Vinegar Syndrome, they've got it locked down. Like, they are doing just fine. They're getting corporate as fuck. Good for them. But they are fine. And there's plenty of movies that you get in a Vinegar Syndrome sub that are not great. Like, did I want Gorgo in 4K? Not particularly. Did I want Terror at Tin Killer on 4K? No. So I would just say that with TerraVision, you're supporting a very, very, very small company. And they mean it. They are in the business to do it right. There are definitely movies that they will send you that are going to be not up your alley. I say that because Brad has an insane taste in movies. He makes me look refined. And he is one of the most knowledgeable in the business. So, I mean, this is a big one. I also know about a few news items that, again, I'm not sure I could really hint at because it's not really my business to do so. But there's some other, not strictly title news that is pretty sick. So if you can, I would sub. Honestly, if I had money right now, I would probably sub just in support. I can't because I haven't been paid yet. I have $4 in my checking account, so can't sub. But yeah, I love those guys. So I don't really want to do this anymore tonight. I'm very tired. And my throat's dry because of the weed plus the lack of water. But yeah. Have you ever considered launching your own label? No, fuck that. No, thank you. If I had like a lot of money or like good business sense, maybe. But I would need someone like Brad to help me. I don't have. He's like a fucking Indiana Jones of getting movies, minus all the fun and adventure. He's great at it. I don't understand it at all. I do have projects that I would like to bring to physical media, but I don't know how that would work. Like, there's definitely there would be a Keene brand label if there was one. Like, it would be very on brand, but all the stuff that I love is like the most expensive and impossible to get. So I would need Vinegar Syndrome money, but it's Vinegar Syndrome right fucking now. You know what I'm saying? And hell, I have my releases taken care of my stuff as well. Can't say because it's still been announced, but The Head is coming to a boutique label. And then Dr. Deathface will also be going to a boutique label. That's already set. Fatal Future, no one should release. So that's my YouTube channel. But yeah, I could never do that. I can't. I can barely run a production, let alone a fucking company. Am I going to do a video for tomorrow's? Yes, I'm going to do a live tomorrow. I'm going to actually schedule it as soon as I'm done here. I forgot to do that today. So, yes, I will sadly also be talking tomorrow. Oh, fuck. That means it's 9 a.m. my time. Oh, fuck me in the ass. Oh, jeez. Oh, I forgot about that. Fuck. All right, so I'm going to get off and go to bed and wake up and do another fucking stream in the morning. So I will schedule that now so that you can have a notification or whatever. And yeah, I'm going to go now because I am so tired. Did 2 streams today. Fuck this. Ugh. Oh my god. Where the fuck are my credits? There they are. Okay, go watch a fucking movie, gang!